What if I told you that the biggest fast food chain in the world isn't McDonald's, Starbucks, or KFC, but a company most people in the West have never even heard of? The brand was born in a small Chinese city in 2021 and already opened over 45,000 locations worldwide, exceeding the 40,000 of McDonald's and 36,000 of Starbucks combined, and has been opening new locations at an unprecedented rate that defies all the rules of the fast food playbook. An ice cream company that sells cones at 6 Chinese yuan and is less than $1 in price, and whose revenues are more than $3.5 billion alone in 2023, and profit margins that cause shuddering to the Wall Street analysts at the magnitude of the Western giants they write about. A brand that has produced a mascot so popular that it has become viral in Asia and on TikTok without any dime being spent on a celebrity endorsement campaign. This is Mixue Bingcheng, Snow King's empire, and when you understand the way it works, you will never view a Starbucks cup the same. The year is 1997. The economy of China is taking off. Zhang Hongqiao, a 19-year-old college student, is observing people as they wait in the blazing summer heat of Zhengzhou, a city in Henan, one of the hottest cities in China, to purchase cold drinks and shaved ice sold by street vendors. Zhang leaves the university, takes 4,000 yuan from his grandmother, and establishes a small cold drink shop. No branding, no strategy, no investors, a recipe of shaved ice syrup, just a young man, an instinct that something is amiss with every high-end food and beverage brand in China that is not located in coastal cities. The business has barely survived a year. Zhang came close to becoming bankrupt twice. However, in 2006, he had figured out the formula that would later become the staple item of Mixue, a soft-serve ice cream cone and a fresh lemon tea, both of that at incredibly low prices, which seemed almost ridiculous. As of 2021, the fastest-growing food chain in human history was Mixue Bingcheng. It currently has operations in 11 countries in Asia, and it is actively expanding into Australia, Europe, and others. The same boy who borrowed money to start a business now owns a business worth more than 60 billion yuan, about $8.3 billion US dollars. At this stage, the story is really remarkable. A soft-serve vanilla ice cream cone would be the most popular product of Mixue, and it is sold for between 3 and 6 yuan in China. It is 40 to 80 US cents. They are offering their second bestseller, fresh lemon tea, at 4 to 8 yuan, less than 10 cents in a dollar. The mean price of drinks in China at Starbucks would be approximately 38 yuan, or a whopping 5 times. A McFlurry in McDonald's costs about 12 yuan. It is almost impossible that Chinese local competitors can offer prices lower than Mixue and earn a profit. What does Mixue do to them? Vertical integration up to the furthest. Mixue owns sugar processing plants. It owns its tea leaf plantations and procurement systems. It owns its own cone manufacturing plants. It possesses its cold chain logistics infrastructure and 27 regional warehouses in China. The subsidiary of the supply chain of Mixue alone made over 6.5 billion yuan in tax revenue, selling its own franchise network at its own cost, so that the franchisee can sell at a price that no one can match in the market. Neither is it a price strategy, it is a moat on building, and it was 25 years to build. The history of McDonald's franchises, its model, in which the company made money on real estate and royalties and franchisors ran stores, became the model of all fast food giants in the world. Mixue gazed at that model and did something more drastic. Mixue does not charge franchisees any royalty, none of the sales. Mixue only earns money through franchisees by selling them raw materials, equipment, and supplies, which are obtained in its vertically integrated supply chain at controlled prices. In case a franchisee fails to purchase within the system of Mixue, he or she will not be able to use the brand. The outcome, more than 36,000 franchise outlets in China alone by 2024, and a list of potential franchisees in every major province. The Mixue franchise costs 100,000 to 300,000 yuan, or roughly 14,000 to 42,000 US dollars, to open, which is less than the McDonald's franchises of 1 to 2 million US dollars in the United States. The model developed by Mixue is aimed to entice first-time entrepreneurs in the Tier 3 and Tier 4 cities in China, 600 million Chinese populace that Starbucks and McDonald's have overlooked over the decades. That is the market Mixue has as her own. In 2021, Mixue issued a promotional jingle. It had Snow King, their white-robed, crowned mascot, waving a magic rod crowned with an ice cream swirl, dancing and singing what a simple melody sounded so deceitful. Translation: You love me, I love you, Mixue ice cream and tea, sweet and sweet. The jingle went viral nearly instantaneously.
I love you, you love me, Jungle Cruise, you must see.
Not because of a paid campaign, not because of influencer seeding. However, thanks to the manner in which Mixue played it, at full volume, in all of its 40,000 plus stores, daily. The song was remixed, memed, and recreated in dozens of languages in several months. As of 2023, the original YouTube upload has received over 50 million views. Integrated versions of TikTok got 500 million views across the globe. Snow King products, plush toys, keychains, and clothing were now a separate line of consumer goods. Mixue had created the first Chinese fast food icon, which had an actual cross-cultural mass appeal, 0 celebrity endorsements, no Super Bowl advertising. Total price: a snowman cartoon and a jingle. By 2024, Mixue will have 11 countries of operation, including China, Vietnam, Indonesia, India, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, South Korea, the Philippines, and Japan, and is franchising in the United Kingdom and some of the Middle East. In 2 years, Mixue has established 1,000 stores in Vietnam, and this is way ahead of the number of foreign food stores that have been opened in Vietnam in history. It was the second largest in Indonesia with respect to outlets, after 18 months of operation. Lines in 2023 and 2024, with the new Mixue opened in Sydney and Melbourne, were about as long as a city block, and wait periods were more than 2 hours. This applies to any market. Set up shop with Chinese diaspora contacts, price 40 to 60% below local high-end prices, use earned media and social virality, not paid advertising, and have a franchise rate that will make ubiquity in the street before the competition can even react to it. Mixue has an objective of 100,000 stores everywhere in the world by 2025. In doing so, it will be the largest food and beverage retail chain to have ever been constructed by a privately owned company. The apparent answer is, why not simply have Starbucks and McDonald's reduce their prices? The response shows why the model by Mixue is so threatening uniquely. Starbucks is a high-end brand. All of its identity, the third place experience, the customization culture, and the aspirational lifestyle positioning are charged in each cup. Starbucks revenues in China fell 14% in Q3 2024 as local consumers shifted to local alternatives such as Mixue and competitors Luckin Coffee. In a 2024 earnings call, Starbucks CEO admitted that the firm encountered a challenging environment in China. An organization that earned $6.9 billion worldwide in 1 quarter had to employ the term challenging due to a brand that offered beverages at less than $1.
All of our stores around the world to all be performing. And China has done a nice job of, I think, frankly, getting the business stabilized, getting committed to innovation, being smart about its marketing, all the P's associated with marketing. I think they've gotten really smart with the menu innovation, their pricing architecture, and not surprising, we're seeing really good results from there. So,
Western markets are structurally bound to high real estate and labor cost models at McDonald's. Its franchise charges, corporate expenses, and marketing expenses imply that it cannot compete at Mixue rates profitably without value destruction among the shareholders. Mixue need not outdo Starbucks at the high end. It merely has to possess the other 80% of the market, the billions of the world, to whom a $6 latte has been a financial impossibility, and it is conquering that market, state by state, city by city, 1 80-cent ice cream cone at a time. Zhang Hongqiao, the founder of Mixue, is one of the wealthiest self-made businessmen in China. His net worth is estimated at over $10 billion Following Mixue's Hong Kong IPO filing in 2024, he sold ice cream at less than $1 a cone. Zhang is said to be conspicuously low profile in China. He does not hold interviews with the Western media. He does not visit Davos. He is not on the billionaire circuit worldwide. Now that Elon Musk tweets on X and Jeff Bezos is on magazine covers, Zhang Hongqiao is quietly overseeing the construction of an empire of supply chains that no one in the history of consumer food has seen. His philosophy, which he has reiterated in his interviews in the Chinese business press, is simple. We are not producing a luxury product. We are producing something that no man across the world can afford to buy every day. Such a philosophy is not a dream. It has already become a reality in China, where it has 45,000 locations in a country of 1.4 billion people. There is at least one outlet of Mixue within a 1 to 3 kilometer radius of every 3 Chinese citizens. Mixue is not a food brand, it is a signal. The 3-decade-long presumption that Western brands define the culture and everyone else follows is being broken, quietly, systematically. Single 80-cent ice cream cone. McDonald's has been able to build its golden arches into a global brand in 70 years. Starbucks has taken 30 years to make its cup a status symbol, with not even a star, not even a Super Bowl commercial, and not even a dime added to the cost of anything on its menu. Mixue created a household name of Snow King to 1 billion people in Asia in less than 5 years. More than either of them. The West has not paid attention to it. That is what it is all about. Because when a Mixue opens upon your street, which it will, then the game will be over. Did this video help you realize the biggest brand story that you had never dreamed of? Like and subscribe. There are more of these prowling about, and we have not yet started.